irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hand on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess, you ain't scary to me. I heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. And I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, and then they choose another. And that's okay,
Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Automatic first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. But Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip in the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy in the perimeter, he makes you go.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by the rookie for Bama, Trayvon Diggs. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, they were #1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was second in the league in passing yards with over 4,900. This guy gets it done, and his team really likes him as their leader.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On second down, it's Elliott. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Ezekiel.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And now a hit and a loose football. Still going inside the 30.
Recovered by the kicking team.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Elliott. Allen Smith there on the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it it down for 2 yards or less, that's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
7 yards there and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
First down, Dallas.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from these big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. This is Carson. Room here to run. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that'll make it 13-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense. defense as he shuffles onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they're really in sync right now.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. 10th carry now for Elliott.
Prescott with the give to Ezekiel Elliott.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making a real 1st quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Started the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll run it with Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies, but it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Cody Barton.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It'll be a pickup at 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. His throw caught at about the 5. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On second down now. It's Elliott, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And Zerline's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Terrell Basham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Michael Gallup.
A Cowboy 1st down there, Prescott to Gallup. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Prescott yet again. And this one quickly to Lamb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Cowboy
to the air again, Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A gain of 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
1st and 10. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Prescott's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4.
Seahawks 18-yard line.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And it's caught. And he's brought down.
Prescott's pass.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll try again with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Running with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Zerline now for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Quick Zerline to kick off.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where it was the visiting Texans who were able to come away with the road victory. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will make it into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He was brought down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Elliott, the Cowboy.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Midfield to the 49.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that'll set him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Prescott to throw it. Being chased out left. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And now Cooper, slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
Now here's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd down and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. 30, the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Cowboy
on play action. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this year's draft, and it's still hard for me to believe that he lasted until the 17th pick of the first round. No one took him before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him, and you see why. Great hands, great route running. This guy is Mr. Excitement.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott, he'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
It's third down and 14.
Prescott off play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
3-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Forced out to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On the option, a hand off to Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Elliott. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Toss left to Elliott. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 36 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawks offense now getting set to go again. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field.
And that's good.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence, but they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On first down, Elliott. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 9, check 9.
They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. To gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Elliott. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Today's final
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in them. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues.